Hello guys, this is Aishwarya, and in today's video I would love to share with you all about 10 books that I think you should all definitely read. Now, since we are in a time of total lockdown, I feel completely overwhelmed when I keep on checking my phone and keep watching news online. So what I feel is I try to distract myself by reading books or doing anything that interests me. So I would like to share with you books that are completely easy and you will have fun reading them. So even if you are a complete beginner, you will have complete fun reading this because it will not require any expertise from your end, but at the same time this will also have a very good flow, a very good interesting read. Alright, so let's have our first book out of the 10. The first book that I want to talk about is Wake Up, Life is Calling by Preeti Shenoy. I know Preeti Shenoy is a very popular author across India. She has become extremely popular within a very short span of time because of the elegant way of writing, or way of diction. It is extremely well connected with the audience of India, and people are able to connect with the story. So. In particular, with Wake Up, Life is Calling, you will be able to see the main character is a girl who's going through a series of life struggles, mental illness, depression, uh, relationship struggles, and so on. So how she is able to tackle all these problems and how she's overcoming all of them and how she's able to discover herself is the main plot of this story. So how I think this book is relevant is when we are in times of grief and when we are surrounded by illness all the time, when we read such books, it is giving us hope and the positivity to go on and move forward. So the second book that I want to suggest is by yet another famous author, Priya Kumar. The book is The Perfect World. Now, Priya Kumar is extremely popular. She is an excellent orator, motivational speaker, and you must have seen her videos on Instagram and Facebook. So this book, especially The Perfect World, is a perfect example, I would say, to give you hope and positivity, to give you to instill all the good thoughts in you and to help you seek the right path in your life. So in there are in moments in life when you are clueless, that you're not sure how to go about, some books will be like a guiding source of light for you. So this is one such book for me, because when I was in a particularly low point of time in my life, this book helped me to move forward and to keep on going. So I'm sure you will all definitely love this book. Please read this book and tell me how you enjoy this book. All right. The third book I want to give you about self realization or self analysis is a book called The Metamorphosis. This is the world renowned author Kafka. So, this is an awesome book. Many people would have suggested reading this book, and it's a very small book, but if you read this properly, you will know that it has so many layers of meaning to it. So the top layer will be just the superficial level of meaning to you, but when you actually analyze and go through the entire story with the actual meaning, you will feel the brilliance of the author. So I really loved this book, and why you should read this book is that this is about a person who has been very important in the family, and suddenly this person becomes a bug. This is not happening in real life, but the person imagines himself to be converting himself into a bug, which is fictional, obviously. So what he realizes in his life is that how people lose their the the popularity, the importance that you have in life after a point of time once you're unable to contribute to them. So that is the main essence of this book. You will really connect to this because as people age, as people grow older, they feel they're not able to contribute to the family and so on. So they feel low and depressed. So in such points of times, how do we feel? We are able to actually analyze and go through the minds of such people using this book. A very beautiful book. I'm really sure you will love this book. The next book, I'm extremely sure everybody, every book lover, anybody would have suggested this book, The Alchemist. So this is another book where a person, a boy, is going in search of the meaning to his life, in search of a treasure. So you will be surprised what this treasure might be. So a treasure might be a pot of gold for someone, a treasure might be lots of cash for someone, a treasure might be a foreign vacation for someone, but ultimately the author in this book is meaning the treasure to be seeking God, and how you are finding the destination, the path towards your salvation or identification of your path. I won't say God here, it is the identification of what you have to do in your life, your purpose. So it is extremely good and easy to understand. Like Metamorphosis, it will have layers of meanings, and it will be wonderful if you go through and read through them carefully. The next book I would like to suggest is by Murakami. Usually, people are not very comfortable reading Murakami for the first time because it has loads of layers and a lot of meaning to that. But the book I'm going to suggest is The Birthday Girl. So this is basically like a 40 pages book, and you will love this book because this is a girl, it's her birthday, and she is working in a particular place, and she is about to go through some circumstances that is going to teach her such a wonderful lesson that she is not going to forget for the rest of her life. So what could that lesson be is what you will be learning, or you will be reading in 40 pages. So Murakami is a brilliant writer. He proves that in this book by just giving you so many life lessons in just 40 pages. Just imagine that. So he is an extremely good, brilliant writer. So the next book I want to tell and talk about is a book that I personally love. I really, really, really love. I can just never emphasize how much I love this book. It's a book called A Man Called Ove. If you want, I'll be displaying all the pictures of the books here. So A Man Called Ove is a book about a person who is extremely grumpy, or there are the reasons why the person has been in a very bad behavior. He has had very bad childhood, and he has never got whatever he has wanted. So his life has been extremely bad, but then he meets a girl out of his limits, the girl he loves, and the girl also loves him back, and they get married and so on and so forth. But in the entire course of journey, you will understand this book is about the life of this man after the lady dies. So how this man how the lady has affected the life of the man, and how he is able to survive after her loss, is how this book is written about. You will love this book. It is, I don't know, because this is so beautiful. It just flows. I was never able to stop reading this book. I just went with the flow. You will be crying here and there, but it is worth it because it deserves that recognition for the book. So please make sure to read this book as well. All right. So the next book I want to talk about is, if you are into mythology and if you want to go through a quick glance of any story that will help you to pass or while away your time, then Karnas Wife is one such book. So Karnas Wife, obviously, it's a rendition of Mahabharata in the perspective of Karna's wife. So why I like this book is because, number one, Karna is my favorite character in Mahabharata, and number two, I have never had a point or any chance to understand the perspective of Karna's wife in any literature. So this itself was a very interesting point for me to read this book, and if you read this book, you will definitely cry for sure, because I was able to understand the many aspects of Karna himself and his family. So this is a must read if you like Mahabharata, or if you're into mythology and all. And in the mythology point of view, I can talk about another book that you can all read. It is the Shiva Triology. So if you can start with the first book, that is called The Immortals of Meluha. It is a wonderful book. You all know the hero of this book is Lord Shiva, and the heroine is Goddess Parvati. So but I would suggest one thing: don't imagine our Lord Shiva to be the exact godly person here. Just read through the book as the hero Shiva. You will fall in love with the character of Shiva and Sati, and how the story progresses. It is mythology, and with a lot of facts and truth written into it. So it is a lovely blend, a lovely mixture of story put into a very easy format for people to read and understand and have the faith and belief in mythology. So I truly love this book. You should definitely consider reading all the three books. Basically, it's a trilogy. The next book that I really want you all to consider reading is A Thousand Splendid Suns. Now, this author is, oh my god, he always makes me cry. This story is basically about the life of a girl, the bonding with her mother, a father, the bonding with her husband as she grows old. This is basically in a Muslim family. So I think I'm not sure of the whether it was in the World War. I'm not sure of when this is actually happening, but how the war is affecting the family, how the relationship with within herself and with her husband is affecting her. She is unable to conceive, and her husband has a second wife, just so that they can have a heir to their family. And then the husband is completely brutal, and so on. So you should completely definitely read this book. So this book will tell you about the suffering of a girl right from her young age till her death, till her last moment of breath, how she has sacrificed her desires, her lifestyle, her dreams and aspirations. It will talk in depth about what she wants and what she needs to do in her life, but what she ultimately had to do in her life, because God did not give her any opportunity, or she was left with no chance to do. So you will definitely be left crying. But if you are okay with crying, then I would definitely suggest this book, because that is the amount of respect. That is the only way we can show respect to this book. It is a lovely book. And the last book that I really want to show you is, if you are into autobiography and you want to get really pumped up and motivated after going out, after completion of all this lockdown, then I would suggest reading Elon Musk. Elon Musk, I know he is the owner, or he is the creator of Tesla. So, but apart from that, what I got to know from this book is that he is a highly disciplined person. So if you want to know more about Elon Musk and how he is able to achieve that amount of excellence, how he is able to achieve that amount of excellence, not only from himself, from his entire team, his entire organization, you should definitely consider reading this book, because it is not easy. It is not an easy task to start an organization. Not only one, but he has got several organizations which are running successfully, and are going into major experiments of going into Mars and into the solar industry and into cars, automotive industry. So he is simply ruling the world. So you should definitely consider reading his book as well. So I hope with these 10 books that I've suggested, you will be having fun, and you will be having a lot of happy times. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and please stay indoors, please stay safe, and have fun with your family. We will meet you in another wonderful video. Bye guys.